down, I know you got me, baby.
Hello everyone, my name is Najwa Rejanisa with ID number 24202086. Today I will talk about culture, especially one interesting topic, restraint versus indulgence. Or you know what is cross-cultural understanding? Okay, I will explain it. Cross-cultural understanding means learning about the culture of other people. By doing this, we can become more open-minded and kind toward people who have different habits, ways of life. The purpose of cross-cultural understanding is to stop misunderstanding and culture shock. When we understand other cultures, we will not judge them wrongly or think our culture is the best. Instead, we learn to respect and accept differences. Cross-cultural understanding helps us communicate with people from another countries or background. It is teach us to see that people have different traditions, beliefs, and ways of living. There are three types elements of culture. The first, ideas, are the thoughts and beliefs that people have in their minds. This part of culture includes what people believe, what they think is right or wrong, and what they know about the world. For example, some people believe that helping others is important or that education can make life better. These ideas guide how people see the world and how they make decisions every day. The second is activities. Activities are things people do in their life. This includes their habits, traditions, and customs. For example, some people shake hands when they meet, while others bow or smile. 3. Artifacts. Artifacts are the objects or things people create and use in their culture. They can be clothes, house, art, tools, or even technology. It is show the lifestyle and creativity of a group of people. For example, traditional clothes, some musical instruments, or old buildings can tell us a lot about a culture, history, and values. Okay, I will explain about characteristics of culture. The first, learned. Culture is not something people are born with. We learn it as we grow up from our family, school, and the people around us. For example, children learn how to speak their English, or children learn how to speak their language and how to greet others politely. The second is shared. Culture is shared by many people in the same group or community. For example, people who live in the same country usually share the same food traditions, holidays, and ways of speaking. Okay, the next is dynamic. Culture is always changing. It grows and adapts as people learn new things or meet people from other cultures. For example, the way people dress or communicate today is very different from the past because of technology and global influences. Okay, why understanding this concept is important for English department students? Why? Because For English department students, understanding culture is very important because language and culture are connected. When we learn English, we also learn about the cultures of English speaking countries. By understanding cross-cultural understanding, differences like restraint versus indulgence, we can communicate better, avoid misunderstanding, and become more open-minded. Now, let's focus on today's theme, restraint versus indulgence. This idea comes from Hofstede cultural dimension. Okay, restraint. Restraint is when a culture teaches people to control their wants, follow rules, and live with discipline. In these cultures, people don't enjoy life too much and value hard work and tradition. Because of this, they feel happy when they have enough money and control over their life. For example, in Japan, people may save a lot of money and only buy non-necessary things when they are sure it is safe and acceptable. But for indulgence is when a culture lets people enjoy life, have fun, and do what they want. People can spend money, relax, and make their own choices. For example, in the United States, people often spend on vacation, entertainment, or hobbies because the culture encourages personal freedom and enjoyment. In Hofstede theory, Hofstede explains how cultures differ across several dimensions. This dimension was added later in 2010. It comes from research by Hofstede and Michel Minkoff using the World Value Survey. In restraint culture, people control their desires and emotions more. They follow rules and focus on duties rather than pleasure. Example include Japan and Russia. In indulgent culture, people are free to enjoy life and express emotion. They think happiness, fun, and enjoy time are important. Example includes the United States and Mexico. This dimension is important because it shows how culture affects people's well-being. Okay, for conclusion, in conclusion, understanding the differences between restraint and indulgence culture help us see how people around the world think about happiness and life. Indulgent culture enjoy freedom and pleasure, while restraint culture value control and rules. By learning this, we can respect different lifestyles and improve cross-cultural understanding. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Reminder, learning about culture means learning about humanity. The more we understand each other, the closer we move toward a peaceful and respectful world. Thank you and goodbye. See you next time.